Hey everyone, just before we start the video, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that has, recently watched me, subscribed, anything like that. I really appreciate the support. Anything I can do to help, just always ask. I'm always willing to make any videos you guys want and whatnot. I also want to make sure that you guys are just all okay. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and it's just a hard time for everyone. I want to make sure that we're all together, and make sure we're all just one big happy family. I just want to make sure you guys aren't going through hard times. You guys are still having your jobs. You guys aren't losing family members. And I just really hope you guys can enjoy this video. Thanks. See you then. Alright, so today what we're going to be talking about is how we can save our money. So I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks and just walk you through the whole process. So first thing you're going to do is we are going to be looking at understanding your finances. So what we're going to look at is that you are going to go to a site such as mint.com and whatnot, and you're going to put your information in it and you're going to track your finance. So what you're going to do is you are going to understand how much money is going into your account and how much money is coming out of your account. So then what we're going to do is we are going to put your expenses into two different accounts. One of them is going to be the essential account, one of them is going to be the non-essential account. So your essential account is going to be for your rent, your phone, electricity, water, car payments, etc. And then your non-essential account is going to be your Netflix, your KFC, your $200 Supreme jumpers, whatnot. You're going to be looking at that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at each individual one properly. Okay, so our second step is finding what you actually need. This step out of everything is probably the hardest for people to understand, whereas the first step is probably the most important. So this step is really choosing how you want to live your lifestyle, because you can live your lifestyle pretty much as extravagantly as you would like. But in the day, if you live your life extravagantly, you're never going to have the money, you're never going to be able to do anything. You're going to live it extravagantly and then you're going to retire at 65 with no money. So at the end of the day, that's not really what someone wants, and you're going to need to be able to choose what you want, what you don't want. So what you're going to do is we're going to give a few examples. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at KFC. So say for example, I go out every Saturday night and have some KFC, and that is what, say $20 every time we go out. If I go out every week on Saturday night and buy KFC worth $20, that for me is over $1,000 a year. Just think about that. $20 per week, which doesn't sound like much at all, is $1,000 a year that you're saving and going into your account and that you can do whatever you like with. It's insane to think about how little money it looks in a week, but how much it actually accounts for overall. Okay, so our third thing is looking at what your essential things are. So what people generally tend to do is they look at your essentials first, which is fundamentally wrong. So what people normally do is they look at their water, electricity bill and say, how do I get it down from this much? Or because in the end of the day, your water and electricity is going to stay at a certain level no matter what. But it's just that the only time you would ever want to look at your water or electricity bills is if you are, say, having a 30-minute shower every night, or you're leaving the aircon on all night or whatnot. Just something like that is just going to drain your money. So this links back to what we were talking about before, whereas people are trying to live a lifestyle instead of living for the future. So what I'm saying is, say, I know a hell of a lot of people that do this. I don't know about you guys, but I have some friends who go out every single weekend, spend $200, $150, almost $300 every single weekend on going out, getting drinks, partying, drugs, whatever. And I mean, sure, that's fine if you want to do that one weekend or whatnot, but if it's every single weekend, that just adds up astronomically, and you don't actually see it, especially if you're 18 in college, whatnot. Something like that is really going to hit you hard, especially that college is when you're not earning a lot of money. You maybe have a part-time job during the summer, or you have a part-time job while you're doing it. I know you can in Australia, sometimes in America you can't have a part-time job just because of the restrictions and stuff around it. But yeah, back to what I was saying, you kind of don't want to be going out every single weekend. You want to look at your lifestyle and think what you need, what you don't need. Like, if you go out every single weekend, it's just not a healthy lifestyle for you to be living. Okay, so with your essential bills, all you're going to be doing is you are going to be looking at your rent, phone, car, predominantly, and then looking at how, because you can't really change your insurance, you're going to be looking at how you can reduce it. So a lot of people will say, oh, I'm living in a house, how can I reduce my rent? Well, one thing you can do is sometimes you can prove that the value of the house that you're actually staying in has reduced in value and you can ask for a reduce in rent. Or sometimes what you can do is you can go and look for a house that is pretty much exactly the same as the one you're living in, and it doesn't, when you move in, it doesn't reduce the amount of enjoyment that you have in that house, but it's for a lower price. Say for example, you are spending $3,000 a month on rent, but you could move to another house which is pretty much exactly the same, it's going to give the exact same level of output and whatnot, but it's $1,000 cheaper every month. That's $10,000 extra for you to play with, to get rid of your bills, to do whatever you need. It just enables you to do so much. Same with your phone, same with your car. Like, if you're 20 years old, you don't need a new car. Sorry to say that, but like, at the end of the day, you're 20 years old, you shouldn't have a new car unless your parents are billionaires. And at the end of the day, if your parents are billionaires, you're probably not going to be watching this anyway. So yeah, with your cars and your phone, you're also going to be doing the same thing as your rent. You're going to be looking for cheaper options out there that don't reduce your enjoyment. Say, I know you don't need a Toyota 86, and instead you can go with Toyota Corolla, because at the end of the day, who needs, I feel bad saying that, but who needs a fast car? Because at the end of the day, if you're not racing, you don't need a fast car unless you're a billionaire. That's fine if you want to have a fast car, if you're a millionaire or a billionaire. At the end of the day, that just doesn't work like that, does it? Same with your phone. If you're spending $150 a week on your internet and phone and whatnot, maybe look at a way for you to decrease that. So look at maybe cheaper phone options, less data if you're not using all your data, different phones. You don't need, maybe sometimes you don't need to top on a line phone every single time you go and get a new phone. You don't need to keep on doing that. Okay, so our last thing we're going to be talking about is killing off your debt. So research has showed that debt is the #1 killer for growing wealth. So if you think about it, when you are 22, 23, graduating college, you are going to have sometimes a car loan, you are going to have some credit card debt sometimes, and you're also going to have a student debt. Sometimes this can be above 50 grand, 60, 70 grand all together. So what you're going to do is there are really two options and two ways of you for actually getting rid of this debt. So the first way for you to do it is you're going to kill your biggest debt first. So a lot of times this will be your student loan, then it'll be car loan, then it'll be your credit card debt. I wouldn't recommend this option. I recommend this other option, which is to kill your debt in the amount of interest you're paying. So your highest interest debt. So a lot of the time that's going to be a credit, then it's going to be a car, then it's going to be a student loan. I just find that's easier because interest is going to kill you. It seriously will absolutely annihilate you, especially if some credit cards, they pay 30-40% interest if you're overdue, and that's just crazy. It's going to kill your credit as well. Like, you're never going to be able to get a car sometimes, you're never going to get a loan you want for a house. It'll stuff you up. You really want to get rid of that credit early, get working on your credit rating. If you want in the future, I can make a video on how you can actually kill all your credit off, get better credit, and just get your way through life and get into a better point. So this includes our video for the day. I hope everyone has enjoyed it, and if you want to listen to that next video that we have of killing out all your debt, comment below, like, subscribe. It really helps out the channel, especially at all this time when we have that 1 subscriber. Big up. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.